The West Virginia Mountaineers could be building itself one heck of a pipeline. They've got a real shot at another five-star amazing athlete to come along with Miles Sadler and Alio Diom. You won't believe this, but we're going to talk about it, show some tape, along with some other people coming around that would change life in Morgantown literally forever.
You are Locked On West Virginia, your daily podcast on the West Virginia Mountaineers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, guys? Welcome back in. My name is Mountaineer Paul. I am your host. Welcome back into Locked On West Virginia. Hopefully you and yours are okay after the snowstorm this weekend. I'm doing good here. We didn't get as much as they said we would get, so hopefully it's the same for you. Thanks for making Locked On West Virginia your first listen, guys, and for being a part of the Locked On Podcast Network, where we're talking about your team and the Mountaineers every single day, brought to you by FanDuel. With FanDuel, guys, it's a pretty simple thing. Look, we like to talk about it this way here. It's the last call for football on FanDuel, and if you're a new customer, let's just bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets. That's if you win that first $5 bet, but you can't win if you don't play. So make sure you head to FanDuel.com to get started. You won't believe this. Unbelievable. The sensor in my stove again has gone out. I have to go and plug it. I'll be right back. I can't believe this. Sorry, guys. And then, of course, I kicked my computer cord completely off the wall. Well, of course, let me get that plugged in because the computer, of course, is about to die. Great start. What a great start. Okay. Restart here. It's so frustrating, man. I think you think you've got it fixed, and then it takes another month, and then it does it again. All right. Get back to where I was at here. West Virginia is obviously in a running for a bunch of really good players. Not just the one we're going to talk about either. So I think we'll just start where we'll start, and that is with a 6'9" forward out of Bella Vista Prep, which, as you guys have probably read over the last couple of days, I believe it's called Osaruyi, Paul Osaruyi. Class of 2027 is talking about potentially reclassifying to 2026. This is when I say game-changing type pickup, it's literally one of the most game-changing type pickups you could think of for West Virginia. So I would consider this one probably a step up from the Sadler, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say that, but it's in that conversation. I don't know if it would be bigger than Sadler or not. I guess you couldn't. It would take time to tell, but, part of me wants to jump to that conclusion because of the size, the athleticism, which we'll get to here in a second. Paul Osaruyi is how it's pronounced. It's hard to say. I'm sure we'll probably just call him the Big O or something. I have no idea if he comes to West Virginia, but this is another one of those teammates, right? And ranked number 4 overall in the country in 2027, the number 2 at his position, and the number 1 in the state of Arizona. Another Canadian-born player that plays AAU and prep ball at Bella Vista Prep alongside Miles Sadler and Alio Diom, like we just said there. And this is a 6'9" big with length, room to grow to 230 plus easily. He's a fluid mover, man. You'll see plays above the rim with ease. He's chest high above the rim, it looks like sometimes. He's your typical modern big that can run, switch, and finish in space. If you look at his overall skill set offensively, I consider him, when I watch him, I think he's a face-up scorer with with a developing perimeter game. He can shoot threes. But he's a strong finisher through contact due to his overall athleticism. I think he's comfortable attacking mismatches. And man, does he have a high ceiling as a pick and roll threat. I don't know. I mean, I do know. I just don't know what his percentages are in high school right now. But I would imagine that there is real chance for him to be an NBA player, specifically because of this skill set. He's also got really good passing instincts, man. Like if you look at him on the field, on the court, he is a really good passer and somebody that's very aware that he is somebody that people want to try to gravitate towards. I mean, can you imagine this team? How good is this basketball team? Miles Sadler, Alio Dium, and this guy on the same team? That's insane. As a defender, he's got a lead upside as a defender. He's on there. I mean, he's just tossing people's stuff. I mean, it's just third row, fourth row. He's got elite athleticism, and you'll see on when I show you the film. I'm not even for 1 second. It's not even. I mean, obviously, if you're ranked that high, right? But I'm not even exaggerating a little bit. He's got a rim protection type. I think timing, and he's got the length as well to be able to do it. So it's not just raw blocks. Really, it's the timing of it. It's the length that he has. He's switchable on the wings and the short stretches that he plays. And I think he fits the physicality of the Big 12. So we're starting to talk about a pipeline here to one of the best, programs in the country basketball-wise in high school, and that's Yusuf Ali, right? Our coach, Yusuf Ali, who is just a great dude, man. And I think he already understands West Virginia's, expectations and is willing to help us out in a big way here. If I'm West Virginia, I'm giving this dude a contract raise immediately. I mean, if he recruits and pulls this one off, everybody and their mom's going to come after him. I'll probably already are, right? So because I mean, if he pulls this off, you could say he's one of the 5 or 10 best recruiters in the country. So chemistry is going to be massive, obviously. I think he's got plug and play potential. Absolutely. If he reclassifies, that immediately changes the national perception. I think he would be a year one monster for West Virginia, and it accelerates our timeline on the roster rebuild as well into a contender pretty early on, even if they are young. Best case scenario, I would say it would be he's going to be a program altering cornerstone that you just have to pay a lot of money to. But I mean, in year 1 or year 2, he would be a college star and then an NBA draft pick. I think that's pretty much the timeline for him. He anchors you on both ends of the floor. Worst case, he needs time to physically adjust to the Big 12, and isn't that until year 2. That's it. Like, worst case scenario, he takes an extra year because he reclassifies. If he doesn't reclassify, I don't foresee a future where he isn't anything but one of the best players in all of college basketball. So I'll show you the tape on him really quick after the break, because you guys are going to love this kid, and seeing him on film is incredible. To be honest, it's like, okay, we need this in Morgantown. Like, I can't even think the last time we would have had somebody with this much athletic upside in Morgantown. So I'm looking forward to potentially showing you guys that next. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we're talking about our friends at FanDuel here, and the reason for that is you all know that it's the last call for football, one final Sunday, one last kickoff, the final chance to get in on the action before NFL season officially comes to a close. And this is Super Bowl 60. It's a big one, right? And FanDuel is making sure you're right in the middle of it with a special offer just in time for the biggest game of the year. Whether you're backing your favorite, riding with the underdog, or building one last same game parlay, this is the game everybody has been waiting for. This is where predictions turn into plays and stats turn into storylines, and every snap feels bigger. It's the perfect way to cap off the season and make that Super Bowl even more exciting from kickoff to final whistle. So if you're a new customer, just bet $5. You get that $200 in bonus bets if you win. Make it count, because after the Super Bowl, the season is over. The last call for football and FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. Come on, visit FanDuel.com and you too can get started. And of course, we're in segment 2 where we've cracked the do already, jumping into some highlight footage of this guy. And I think you'll get excited. Let me find which one it is. That's not it. We've got 2 more players to discuss as well that will be visiting West Virginia soon. Nope. Okay, here it is. So here's a quick highlight reel of the 5-star. Just be prepared. He's really good. As you can see, he's almost like Shaq down there, right there on that play, which I love watching him rebound it. Here he comes through the lane, just absolutely crushing the ball. Watch the windmill now. Great dunk. Between your legs, 2-hander. Now he's shooting a 3. Now a little triple threat game. Nice little up and under. I'd love to see that in transition. Get it out of here on the block. Nice little feet underneath there to him. But as you can see, he's just so big and he's got some skill to him. And his big, his best skill right now, I think, is dunking the ball, just being a better athlete than everybody else. I mean, that first dunk is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. That's that LeBron James dunk, right? That James does. So, that's him. And he is a 6'9", almost 6'10", potential just juggernaut of a player for West Virginia. Now, think of this. I think he's only a sophomore, right? Imagine what he's going to look like in another year, 2 years. The big question, if you're West Virginia, is if you've got him in tow, which I'm told West Virginia's got a great chance to do this. Obviously, there are going to be other players involved that can make it tough, just like with Sadler. And you at some point, West Virginia could get a little too young, because you're going to have to pay a guy like this a lot to come, and it's not going to be free. Do you feel like doing that? And do you have a higher ceiling getting players like that rather than out of the portal? I would say you do. But do you want your rotation to be Amir Jenkins, who is going to be 18 because he reclassified? Miles Sadler, who's going to be 18. And now this guy who would, if he reclassifies, would be 17. It's a lot of youth. You would have to really balance out your roster, but it could really work well if you do it right. So I hesitate to get too excited, because part of me just finds it hard to believe that we could have 2 5-stars and a 4-star in the same class. If you're able to pull that off, it's truly, I don't care what Ross Hodge does this year in basketball. If you're able to pull that off, it's going to be ultra, ultra impressive. Because part of being a good coach is making the right hires. It's something that, other coaches we've had haven't done. So I'll be excited to see exactly what unfolds here. But definitely another big-time potential pickup for the Mountaineers. And not the only one, because we've got 2 more visitors coming in this week. One is a 4-star, 73, they're 73rd ranked nationally, number 12 power forward, rivals 150 type player in Taj Sarajba. And, Taj Sarajba, say Saragba, class of 2027 out of Huntington, West Virginia, Huntington Prep, which is just a couple minutes down the road from me. I could probably go watch their games. If one of them commits, I'll probably will. He is a strong college ready type frame. He does play with a physicality and an edge to him. He's got a high motor too. Well, really, he's kind of one of those relentless competitor types built for that bruiser Big 12 style. He's the dirty work kind of kid, thrives in that kind of situation, gets a lot of offensive rebounds and putbacks. He can score. He has got a beautiful, absolutely beautiful left-handed jump shot, which you'll see. He's also comfortable as a secondary scorer. He doesn't have to be the primary guy. On defense, man, is he a tone setter and really strong positional defender. He'll probably be one of your best 2 defenders on your team any given year. And he rebounds outside his area well. I think he's willing to take tough assignments and be a defensive stop for you if you need him to be. At West Virginia, he fits the identity of the Mountaineers perfectly, and an in-state priority with national value at that. High developmental upside under Hodge here. Multi-year starter, emotional leader, big moment rebounder defender. That's a best case scenario. Worst case is his offensive ceiling kind of caps him as a role player and maybe needs some skill refinement. I don't see that being the case, though. I've got him at an 8.4 out of 10 on the hard edge meter. By the way, Paul is a 9.8 out of 10 on the hard edge meter. Oh, and the other, and Paul, I'm just kidding. I was going to say, and Paul Osaruyi, however you say his name, is also a 9.8 because I'm Paul, but it didn't land. So let's get to his film really quick. I got one piece of film on him. Yeah, here it is. So a lot of his film on this one is a lot of face-up jump shots. There is a couple other things, but you get to see this beautiful left-handed jump shot that he has, and it's so pretty. I love it. I love the way it looks. I love the way it comes out of his hand, and I love the way it goes through the net. Check it out. Nice face-up jumper there. Boom. Pretty. So pretty. In the post. I mean, that's a strong move for him. It looks like they're on the baseline. Here he is, little step back game, crossover, get to the mid-range. I love that play. They're waiting to the last shot here. There it is. There's his spot again. Boom, pretty shot, right? And then I think it transitions to a couple other plays he has here. Underneath, nice dunk on everybody. So you can see he's just a great athlete. Boom, get that out of here. Nice little block. Here he is again, coming up underneath and getting a nice dunk. So he's just a great athlete and somebody that you could count on absolutely. And his size is, I didn't put it on here for whatever reason. Why didn't I put it on here? I believe he is. I'll find it really quick. All right. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's like 6'8", but I wanted to make sure. Yeah, 6'8", 6'7". So, okay. Well, I know the next guy is 7'2". So if you want to talk about this is another visitor coming in this coming week, I believe. Let me see. I'll tell you exactly when. All right. It will be, so tomorrow they'll be here. So, all right. So jumping back in, the next player is somebody that may have the highest upside of all of the players, except for, I mean, you can't really say more than Paul, but in a way you can. It's Koang Bal Kwan Yi, and it's three names: Koang, Bol, Quan Yi, and I would imagine they probably just call him Bol, Bol. This is a top 175 player. So another top 200 player, another 4-star player. He's 7'2". He's still growing into his body. I mean, he really is. You can see it. He's got rare physical tools, guys. This is one of those players that by the time he's a sophomore in NBA, he'll probably be a lottery pick. I don't think he'll be at this freshman year. Or I'm sorry, by the time he's a sophomore in college, he'll be a lottery pick. But I don't think – I could be wrong, but by the time his freshman year is over, he may need development still. But we'll see. His jump shot's a little – he's got such great touch. He just needs to adjust some of his form, in my opinion. I'm not a pro. But I'm just from my eye test. Anyway, we'll see. He's still developing in his post game, but he's got a soft touch around the rim, really soft. I mean, obviously with his elite length, he's a lob target. He's a dunk spot kind of finisher. His offensive growth is going to be tied to his strengths and development, in my opinion. Somebody's going to have to put some strength on this kid or he will not make it in the Big 12. That's for sure. On defense, that's a different story. He's a natural rim deterrent. I mean, he's very good around the rim, altering shots without fouling. He's a paint presence, and I think his ceiling really depends on his mobility gains because he's got some mobility, but he definitely needs to work on it a little bit. You can see it's there, like especially when he runs down the court. He looks like he's got some springiness to him. True centers are gold in the Big 12, right? So, this is the kind of kid that the staff, if you're patient with, could get a big payoff. And you're going to, until he figures out offense, he's going to be an elite defender, elite shot blocker, and force opponents to alter their lineups. I was trying to think of somebody he reminds me of. I think I have a decent one. It's the center from Pitt from last year. I can't remember his name anymore, but I've got this kid at an 8.5 out of 10. Could go even higher potentially. Let's get to the film on him. I've got 2 pieces of film on him. We've got traditional high school tape, like you would see it, like this, and then we've got some of this. So we'll watch the up close first, and then we'll watch the high school, because I mean this dunk that he does coming in, flying in, you're like, whoa! As soon as you see him, you're like, holy cow! This is a 7'2" guy, and he can shoot it too, like I said. But those arms are incredibly long. So here's the dunk. Boom. Just so impressive. Shooting the 3. You can tell he's kind of showing off for the camera too. See there? That's not going to work in the Big 12, right? I didn't mean to click off of it. Daggone it. Well, here we can see that dunk again. Yeah, but I like this opening dunk. So easy for him. But like whenever he gets down here in the post, yeah, that. I mean, you can see who that's against. That's against a 16-year-old that can't guard him. No chance that's happening in college. But I mean, you can see the skill set. Look at the touch on that shot, and then look at the driving ability, right? So he's not immobile, like I said. And then a little jab step, a little jump shot. Yeah, thank you. He looks a little hunched. He looks a little hunched. Not that he doesn't. He doesn't there. Maybe it was just on the one shot. Yeah, that's a great release on that jump shot there. Love the smile. There's the lobs. Those are going to be easy for him. He's not being tested where he's at, right? I mean, he's just going to be – he's way too talented compared to wherever he's at. Here's a little bit more of a traditional high school. Found this on Instagram. If you're interested, I think on his Instagram maybe. But there he is hitting a 3 in the game. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. Here he is cutting across the middle, getting a nice dunk in the middle of the game. Here he is coming off the pick and roll. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And let's see, another nice little rebound and stick back. Another dunk under the rim. They're all dunks, right? So this is a player that you bring in. Look, I love his mid-range touch. I mean, it's very good. There's so much to work with here. And that's why I say he's got real NBA potential because of that. Bigs either have it or they don't from like the mid-range and three. The fact that he's 7'2" and can do that, even that's bank shot, not exactly the best example. But the fact that he's 7'2" and that can shoot consistently, I mean, once he gets to college and gets built into his body a little more and everything, like he's only going to improve. So there's a lot of clay to work with there, and more than with most. So you're talking about a guy that, is he going to be an Anthony Davis type player? Maybe not that high ceiling, but I see him in a similar mold as like an Anthony Davis, a guy that's really grew big right before he came. Well, Davis grew, I think, after he committed to Kentucky a few inches, but either way, you've got a kid that's just grown so big, that's got some mid-range and three-point game, although not as elite as Davis. It's just a comp, right? It's just a comparison for skill set. But those two guys that we just saw will be on campus. So you're talking about two more 4 stars plus the 4-star or plus the 5-star in gosh, I have to go look and see how you say it over again. It's Osaruyi. There it is. Osaruyi. There we go. I think I've got it now. Paul Osaruyi. So, you've got the 2 4 stars, and now you got Osaruyi as well. Like, I can't even believe that we're getting these kind of incredible possibilities at recruiting, So let's go to break one more time here, and we'll put a bow on this one. Talking about our friends from Mazda. We haven't talked about Mazda in a while, have we? Well, maybe since yesterday, but it's still fun. I enjoy it. Let me get the read pulled up for you guys. All right. So when it comes to Mazda, guys, there's a couple things we know, right? Mazda is moving the game forward. And for those who show there's more to the score than what's on the screen, that's exactly what we want to see. And look, I think that these remind us of what it takes to really raise the bar. It takes the extra work off the court, dialing in every detail, giving it that extra fire, that grit, and I never quit. So we put that same passion into every model. Highlights make the reel. What it took to get there makes it count. There's more to a Mazda. Just because there's more to a Mazda, there's also going to be more to you. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining in with me on this one. Sorry about the stove again. It's just insane how literally the only time it ever goes off is when I'm on here. I've never seen anything like that before. So very embarrassing, right? Because it's like, when you fix, I'm not fit. That's the thing, by the way, if anybody you're asking, John, wasn't fixing anything. It's a sensor. It's gone bad in it. It just randomly starts beeping like dinner's ready, and I mean, I have to use it because it still works. Every other thing on it works. So, and the thing is that only happens once, maybe every month, couple weeks. So I forget all about it. And then I'll do a show and I'll be damned if it doesn't go off only when I'm on a show. It's like karma or something. No, but in all seriousness, I can't wait to take it and shoot it with a 410. If I had something bigger, I'd shoot it with it. But all right, guys, I appreciate y'all. I'm going to jump out. Probably be back later. As long as there's some news to talk about. Honestly, I was expecting something from the portal by now. I don't know if they changed their mind. I was told last week 1 or 2 more guys. I I don't know if they've missed on anybody or if they're being selective or waiting until, to see whoever everybody from Miami and all the teams that played in the tournament or whatever put their guys in, or if they're waiting until spring to see if anybody transfers again. Maybe that's what they'll do, which I understand if they do that as well. But yeah, I mean, there's it's kind of odd. I thought there would be more movement there, but either way, we'll definitely have to talk about it as we go on throughout the rest of the year, guys. All right, have a great rest of your evening. Hopefully you guys aren't too snowed in where you're at, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for making this your first listen, and for being part of the Locked On Podcast Network. We're talking about your team, the Mountaineers, every single day. Make sure you check out Locked On Big 12, guys. Drake Toll leads the conversation in America's conference. The Big 12, absolutely killing it over there at Locked On Big 12. So make sure you're checking him out in Locked On College Football, and we will see you on the next one. Until then, I'm out of here.